What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing out there? It is hot as shit. It's like fucking. Well, no, you're not supposed to curse. I'm cursing 44 seconds into the show. Uh, First off, gotta give ourselves love. How you doing, Ricky?
So far, so good. We're
I
almost
think,
reaching 100 subscribers.
yeah, we got like one more to go.
Oh, what is 99?
Yeah,
Oh, I think in the morning I checked, it was 98.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, one more. Then triple digits. Hmm. I think you got the right idea sitting in the dark because I got all these damn lights on and I'm already starting to sweat a little bit.
No, I just have one light on. I don't want to have too many lights. I would just have one.
Yeah, bro. It's like yesterday, I like accused my roommate of putting the heater on by mistake because I'm sitting there trying to go to bed, because I had to get up for work. It's like, bro, man, it's freaking ridiculous.
The heater?
No, that's what it felt like because it was hot. So like I tried to open up the off the window. That shit didn't help.
I don't know.
So I'm like, dude. But I did get to see some good television as opposed to most of the bad television we get to see. So you want to talk about? Well, talk
Yeah,
about
we're
the.
desperate, man. We're just desperate to watch a good show and the good movies. That's why, because the stuff they've been bringing out is not that good.
All right, so let's get into this though. All right, the second episode of the House of Dragons. We're gonna do overall opinion first before get into a little bit of detail, not a lot because it just came out and probably shouldn't be spoiling this for people. So, overall, what did you think?
I'd give it maybe a 7 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was good. It was very story oriented with a little bit of action towards the
Mhm.
end.
That's what I was expecting.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was good. But maybe I am just looking for something that's not the normal crap that we are forced to look at.
You want to start from the beginning?
Hmm?
You want to start from the beginning of House of Dragon, episode 2? Like,
All right. So, well, if we're gonna get into spoilers, or at least a little bit of spoilers, but not too much, so I gotta put.
I mean, we're not showing the anyway. They still people have to watch it. We're just telling
Yeah.
you.
So I made a little overlay for this.
Yeah, it's perfect. Put
Yeah.
spoiler alert.
All right. So, um, it begins see how still trying to figure out how to do this without spoiling too much. So
It's a spoiler alert.
I know, but you still don't want to give away too much. It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
but
it.
people still have to watch it.
Yes. All right. Well, it starts off at the ending of the last one, where they have found out that the heir to the throne is dead, and everyone is freaking out. So
That's when they start bringing all the servants and everybody to the outside. How the
yeah,
servants and everybody.
yeah, pretty much. And it's like, which is crazy is so. How did they? I don't even know. Did they even show how they got in?
What the what do you call him? The rats guy?
Right. So did it even
Yeah,
show
the
how they
guy
got
knew a
in?
secret way to get into the main keep.
Okay.
I remember they're rat catchers,
Hmm.
and
So
he knew how to get into the way into Amy's room.
yeah. So at that point, then they probably were long gone. So rounding up everybody is probably not going to do much.
Yeah,
But
because remember when they found out he was dead, and then Otto was telling his grandson like what you got to do. He's like a what do you call him? Like really mindful, Like he
A
thinks before he does
strategist.
his actions.
Yeah. So he's a very strategic person. The
Yeah,
one thing I'm looking at this whole thing is every time I watch these dudes talk, it's the thing that popped into my head is like you started this stuff. It's like your kid lost his eye because he was stealing a dragon from somebody. So it's not like you guys are
and he
innocent, but
saw the biggest dragon, Viscera.
right. So it's like you guys keep acting like y'all the innocent victims, and I'm like, no, y'all keep starting stuff. Like you just killed this lady's kid,
But you have to
and it,
remember too. Remember, Aegon was not. He shouldn't have been the king. They
right.
made him the king, but
So
it was
it's like you just keep
Rhaenyra was gonna
doing,
be the king, the queen.
yeah, you keep doing stuff and over and over. So I'm looking at the at what's the dude's name? Because I had to pull up the cast Otto. So
Mm-hmm.
Otto is talking is
Idol Hightower.
Hightower, yeah. So he's talking, and I'm just the only thing that popped in my head is like, bruh, it's like you know you're a straight up asshole, man, because you the one did all this stuff. You did this stuff because you wanted to for one of your progeny
The
to be on the
daughter
throne,
married Viserys, then she becomes queen, then his son becomes a king.
right? So you planned all of this stuff, and then this is a series of just stupid mistakes after stupid mistakes. But that's probably how real life kind of works. It's like they're making a bunch of it's like they're making a bunch of decisions based on how they feel at that precise moment. So
And
then,
then, yeah, because he was, what was he? His advisor, right? He's like
yeah,
the
he was the hand.
advisor.
Yeah, so he was the hand. So he was his basically his right hand man, and he
And
gave him advice on stuff and all this other stuff. So it's like
and then they're
you,
questioning the guards, I remember, and they were like, Sir
huh,
Cole should be supposedly, Christian Cole should have been guarding the
right? But he
door and
was too
everything.
busy. Yeah, but he was too busy boinking
Yeah.
the dowager
And then he's
queen.
trying to blame his other guards, like he's not no fault. Remember when they asked him, "Where were you?"
Right. So he went down there and pushed this man into doing something stupid because he was feeling bad about him. Like
He's the
so,
one that messed up.
right. So that's what I mean. Is like they keep making dumb decisions. Is all emotion. Everything seems to be emotional. So
What do you think? Knowing that Otto Hightower he has spies everywhere, right?
mhm.
You don't think he's having a relation? He don't know that Allison is having a relationship with him.
Yeah, I think that's probably when she was trying to confess to him at the end. He's like, I don't like, don't tell me. I don't need to know this because he probably know what she was doing.
Yeah,
This
because he
one,
has spies. Remember in season
right?
one, he has spies everywhere.
Yeah. So it's like I don't need to know this, So you get to the you go back to what's the name of the other castle that they are in? That Rhaenyra
Dragonstone,
and hmm? Yeah,
Dragonstone.
right. So they go back there, and you could pretty much tell that your boy had something to like. Damon
Oh
had
yeah,
something
when
to
they
do
look,
with it.
when they looked at him.
Yeah, right. So he's just kind of like do like
No, that was
mm-hmm.
when Damon. Remember when Damon was looking down, and then he went like this with his eyes, like looking at us.
Yeah. So he winds up getting into this conversation with Rhaenyra, and it's about she's like, I can't trust you. I'm like, you never could trust him. I was like, you
Like
just got
I never trust them.
yeah. So I was like, why would you? It's like he made it. You said you wanted the kid's head, or not the kid's head, but you wanted like uh a son for a son, hence the name of the show. So you want
But they never said it. I remember when he told that guy to kill Amen, but he never. After that, they cut it off. He never said
right.
after that.
They did show but they did show a little bit extra though. In the previews, I think they showed a little bit extra where he just kind of like the guy asked that, what if we can't find him? And he kind of gave him like a look. It's like do what you got to do kind of thing.
Just get a son.
Right. So again, it's just a lot of their decisions are based off emotions. It's
Mhm.
like it's in the moment. So that has a lot to do with them in general. And it's probably led to the downfall of their family is because they from the first one all the way up to the Mad King and Daenerys. It's like, yeah, every decision you're making is based off of how you feeling at the precise moment. And it's like usually not good when you do that.
Yeah, because you have to remember too when remember when Aegon was going crazy as a son,
Mhm. Yeah,
and he was, I don't want to be king and all this and that, right?
yeah,
And remember when they sent Aemon to go look for him, and he was going, I don't want to be king. He was all drunk, and Aemon was
yeah.
like, I don't have no argument.
It's
I
like you
study
suck, dude.
history, I study philosophy, I
Yeah,
swing with the sword, and I should be king.
pretty much. Yeah. So it's like, bro,
And
you
I have
suck.
the biggest dragon, he said.
Yeah, we both know you suck, and the only reason that you're king is because you
Because
popped
of
out
your
first.
style.
Yeah, that's it. And like he didn't want it, and they decide to make a show of the kid being dead to get the populace and the other families on their side to show that she no longer has the high ground, which was like it's cold and calculated, but that's kind of what Otto is a calculated kind of dude.
Pretty
Everybody else is
strategic. He wants to plan before his act. He does something.
right. Everybody else is acting fully on emotion. He's the only one that. So he probably feels like the head clown and at the circus. He's just like I can try to rein most of this shit in, but it is
Trying to
not.
control a bunch of clowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. So it'd be a bunch of spoiled children. Like, yeah. So
And the funny part when remember when he took off the he told on the truth. He did tell
it's like, yeah,
Aegon,
you really think that? So it's like, bro,
and now he's gonna question it because an
no.
episode, season one, Allison, when they were writing the thing to
Mhm.
make him the king, he was
Yeah.
telling my dad never wanted me to be the king, and
Mm,
Allison, yes, he did, and he's
like,
like stop lying to me. So
it's
that
like,
kind of he kind of sensed they were like when Odo told him that.
yeah, it's like, bro. Yeah. So, uh, how much detail to go into? So one twin, like the one fight that you get is the twins fighting each other, and so one kills the other one, and for a second it's like, well, who is like which one is which? Because what I thought probably happened is the one who was sent on the mission killed his brother, and then he realized at that moment is that anybody who would send me on this kind of a mission, knowing that at some
Right.
point I could come across my brother and may have to kill him, is not someone I should be serving. So he basically committed seppuku because he realized it at that moment. So I think it was the one who was sent out is the one that survived, and like he killed the other one.
It was hard to tell because when you see them they're fighting, it was hard to tell which one was who.
Right. So my thing
I
is like
thought
the reaction at the end is
I
like,
thought I thought they were Rhaenyra was gonna tell him kill him just to because they didn't know which one was what the real one,
right, but
but he
so
killed himself.
right. So that's why I said I think it's the one who was sent to kill her, who realized like it's like, bro, it's like these people sent me they sent me to do this, and it's like this is kind of low down, man. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
well, the Christian Cole, he's the one that tricked them.
right. So I think he realized that at that moment. It's like that's why he killed himself. So
So now that Christian Cole is
the hand.
the advisor of Aegon,
Mhm.
I think Allison is gonna try to make Christian Cole, tell her whatever she wants. You know what I mean? Trying to control him.
I don't know. I think she is realizing that she didn't drag her kids into this craziness because you got the daughter like who is already a little special because of just the way that the Targaryens operate. So you got the drunken son,
Right?
you got the
Aegon and Elena, that's her sister. They have kids.
right. So it's like so you got the drunken son who's the only reason he's king is because of birthright. You
Hmm.
got the psychotic son. You got the I don't know what the hell's wrong with her daughter. So it's like she just that's why she kind of had a little meltdown because like it's like basically the gods are like a karma thing, you know?
No, are you talking about Elena, right?
Right. Yeah. So when she had the little meltdown about what's going on, because like, bro, you didn't drag your kids into this crazy shit. So I don't know.
And then Amen, when he was going through his room, he noticed that the hit was for him.
Yeah.
He
So he's
noticed that.
yeah. So he like they all screwed up. Like all three of her kids are screwed up. So having Otto yell at him because he's a fuck up, I'm like, bro, you. It's like you. How you think they got like this? It's like you keep it. You acting like you had nothing to do with none of the shit that's happening with your crazy family. It's because of your plotting and scheming, and everybody kind of like all y'all know the truth. They may not want to admit the shit, but they know, like, bro, he took his throne from his sister. Then his little brother ate his nephew. So
And the
it's
funny,
like,
what was the funny part about it?
mm-hmm,
When they cut the guard, the one that cut the head off,
mm-hmm,
and then he was in prisoner. And the guy that looks like Littlefinger,
yeah,
like he's gonna be the Littlefinger of season 2.
mm-hmm.
He just when he took out the tools to torture, and he just started spilling everything out like.
Yeah, he's like, no, I ain't
Like,
down for this shit, man. It's
right?
like, whatever you want to know, I'll let you know. It's just-
So stupid, right? You cut the future heir's head, and you think nothing happened to you?
right, dude, stupid. But the fact that the response to because he didn't tell him who like which one it is because he didn't really ask him what his name was. It was just like a rat catcher. And the fact that he strung out, and that was why Otto was mad in the first damn place. It's like, bro, I did all this scheming stuff to put you in a good light, and the first thing you do is kill a bunch of friggin' innocent people.
Mothers, fathers of sons, cousins, uncles, and you.
Right. So you got everybody outside the castle crying and like whatever. It's like what the fuck, dude?
It looked like
Oh,
it was just breaking his head. Like fuck, everything I do, this guy fucks it up.
right. That's why I said he's like the head clown of the circus, and so he's gonna go back to the high castle, like their spot, and the other son,
So
which is
basically,
like,
gonna leave Allison to try to fix everything, huh?
well, I think he might be worried about like what could possibly happen because you got again a bunch of people making an emotional decision, and when the shit blows up on them, what do you think they're gonna do? You think they're gonna friggin' uh self-reflect and say, maybe I shouldn't have did that, or they're gonna look at him like you should have stopped me, kind of thing.
Yeah. You know when the guy, the twin, arrived at Dragonstone, and he
Mm-hmm.
was walking with the other peasants and stuff
Yeah,
like that. And then the other lady that let her free, she stopped and looked at him.
yeah.
But they never say what happened, huh? Like, what is she, it's like she sent something, or how did
She
they
said
know that?
she said something. Looked like she said something to the guard.
That's why
But
the other twin, reached to the
right, so
room.
he probably because she would have to tell him first, and then he would have to go like what, and then she would have to explain what she saw, and it would take time. And as she's explaining all this stuff, he's walking there. Then that guy would have to follow behind and then
Uh-huh.
look for the other. Yeah, so there's a series of things that
Maybe
would have happened.
episode 3 will show it, huh? I think episode 3 will show it.
Right. But it also shows the difference between a good show and a bad show because it actually took time for the other one, like because it was a series of events,
Don't tell me you're talking about the acolyte.
dude. It's like because on the Acolyte he would have just popped up like through magic or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, all right. So just like what,
Stay
like,
focused, House of Dragon, because that's I don't like a shitty ass show.
all right. So we well that's we've given enough away, spoilers away but you should actually because we talked out of order, so you should actually watch the show. And
But
so
wait,
yeah,
we haven't got to Damon. What do you think he went?
I don't know. You're gonna find out next episode. And I thought that was kind of crazy. It's like you don't trust him. He's kind of a wild card, and so now instead of having the wild card someplace where you can see him, the wild card is out in the wild doing God knows what, and you actually think that he still wants your throne. So it's like I don't know how great a decision that was for you to do what you did. I get why you did it, because you pissed off because he did that and it's kind of screwed you up, but still, it's like you kind of want him near you. So if
Well,
he's messing up,
most likely, I think he's going somewhere where he's gonna find alliances and stuff like that.
yeah. So I mean, like I did watch the previews for the next episode, and that looks like it's somewhat the case. So
Maybe the Veils or the
could be.
Tilrys or one of them.
I don't know. Could be. All right. So that is enough of that. I would advise anybody who's watching to go check it out and get the story for yourself. Like we just kind of peek through it a little bit to give you a gist of what happened. So the next thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is the director for Ray, and she said something interesting. All right, so. All right. So I can find this article. Here we go. Let me just present this. All right. So let me put this over here. All right. So Charmin Obad Chinoy claims Rey Skywalker is the heart of Star Wars and implies the film will continue to inject feminism into Star Wars. You looking forward to that?
No. Well, they could do it. They could, along they do it like House of Dragon.
Dude,
Like,
they're not.
The
Bruh.
two main characters are both female,
Right. So it's the difference between.
but that's Disney.
Yeah, well written and not so well written. So she thinks that after all of this failure, because of their feminist agenda, that making a feminist film starring a character that most Star Wars fans really don't like is a winning strategy. So I said
For her.
The story that interests me the most is Rey's journey as a female Jedi. That's how I can best bring my experience to it. Greatest thing about Star Wars is that everyone has a personal connection to it. Everyone is passionate about it. And throughout the fandom, people have clear ideas about who should direct or what the story should be about. I'm just drowning out those voices until I'm done. As a storyteller, I'm focused on drawing new moviegoers into the cinema and bringing a sense of nostalgia that would appeal to older fans of the series. So you're going to ignore the fan base. That's basically what she's saying. I'm going to ignore the fan base, but I'm still going to somehow bring nostalgia and to get to they're just going to come and watch this movie, even though they have said on many occasions in many ways that they're not interested in the character of Rey. They're not interested in the feminist storyteller story thing. Oh, let me get rid of this though. So I truly don't understand these people.
It's because they're basically they're relying the backing of Disney. If you money, they have so much money.
Yeah, but it's less and less. See,
No, but that's in their mindset. When you have somebody powerful backing you up, they don't care.
Well,
but once you don't have the power, it's a different ballgame.
Well, I mean, how often have you been hearing about this mythical, magical movie like new moviegoers? They all keep saying the exact same shit. Well, we got to get this new, but there doesn't seem to be new moviegoers. It's like they don't really understand how a IP can stay around for as long as this one has.
Because remember, you were talking about Star Wars, about they should have made the Luke Skywalker, and then they could have put Rey into the movie.
No, that's what I was saying to you.
That
yeah, it's like basically they
should have more women in Star Wars, like put that different character Rey, and then she'll be like whatever with Luke Skywalker.
Right. What they should have done, and this is what I told you, is that what they should have done was recast all three. Start the movie, like the first movie takes place right after the end of Return the Jedi. You do. There are plenty of stories that take place right after that. It is how the New Republic gets formed. There's a lot of stuff that happens for that to happen. They eventually take Coruscant and all that stuff. You can tell, and at the same time, while they're doing that, Luke is going out and forming the new Jedi. So he's finding people. Again, he could have found Rey. It's like because he finds a series. He starts a Jedi Academy. Is essentially what they're going to do. They're going to take that story and they're just going to stick Rey into it and just use that. That seems to be what because they. I think what was the name? The name of it is going to be like the Jedi Order or something like the New Jedi Order or something. So essentially, they're going to take that story that they wrote for Luke Skywalker and just stick Rey into it.
Yeah, but with the writers they have at Disney, it's
Bro,
just
what I don't understand is you have decades of books already written that all you got to do is convert them into actual scripts. The a large number of the fan base read these books. So if you adapted them and said that we're going to put this out, and you got competent writers, not someone who checks a box, because that seems to be what they do now is they check box checking, and the box checking sucks. So go find someone who is actually like a good storyteller. They got brown ones. I don't know why you think that there are no brown ones, but apparently it's like they can't figure out that there are actually brown people
Star Wars fans.
who can actually write books, write scripts. They exist. You don't have to bend all the rules in order to find these people because they actually exist if you go look for them. I'm quite sure they got some people that is like right under your nose. They may not share your politics, but they're good at their job.
Well,
Because
people they always hire they always want to throw in their personal life into their.
right, it's because the person that they got
Cares,
checks
man.
boxes. Yeah, the person that they got checks boxes, and that's
Yeah,
all they care
nobody
about.
cares about your personal life. Everybody just wants to watch a good story and a good movie or a good series. That's it. And if you know
Mhm.
people are willing to pay big bucks,
Yeah,
but
and it's
they continue to with this personal life. My life was this and that, into putting into a franchise like Star Wars.
mhm. All right. So let me show you this. She says something else, which is interesting. So she also discussed the film in an interview. Sometimes you walk in the footsteps of people and giants who've created worlds. In the case of Star Wars, George Lucas's world and filmmakers have walked in his footsteps, have set this world that they want young viewers to sort of walk into and have an understanding of the world. And at the heart of it, for me, is Rey Skywalker. Her name is not Skywalker. Her name is Palpatine. She is not a Skywalker. Like, and her story and taking on an
So
adventure to
that tells you how Star Wars fan is she, huh? Like they're the one that created. She don't even know her real name.
right. So it's like her story and taking on adventure to the Jedi Academy. What there is no Jedi Academy. Like the only teacher that there was freaking Luke Skywalker, and y'all killed him. We've seen her go.
What was her name? The writer,
This is
the one that put it for the movie.
yeah. So this is her right there. Her name is
But she has never produced anything. She only did a couple of small documentaries, something like that. She
that's
has
who
not.
that's who they hire. That's who they hired on all this shit.
Maybe she
Because
knows Kathleen Kennedy or some shit like relationship or like.
no, is you can push these people around. You think if you get a legit director and you show up with your stupid notes and we should do this and we should do that, and these people gonna look at you like you fucking crazy. It's like, bro, that's stupid. Why would I do that? It's like, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Like you hired me to do this. No, you go get some indie person who's looking to go up to the next level, and they go, okay. So you want me to add this? Okay. You want me to do
Like
this?
remember you were talking about is who you know.
Yeah. So
That's what it is now with Disney. That's it.
yeah, and it is she checks boxes because I think she might be gay too. So it's like she checks a bunch of boxes. Boom, 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 boom. She is someone who they can boss around. That
I
seems to
don't
be
think
what
I don't think it's really if they're gay or not. It's just maybe they just could be boss. They want to be boss Kathleen Kennedy could boss them around, huh?
Right. It
So
is. It is.
they could be lesbian or gay. They could be good writers and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
dude, they're not good writers because she's talking out of both ends of her mouth. So somehow she thinks that I can ignore the fan base, write my own stuff because I've heard this over and over and like I
But
watched.
maybe they're encouraged. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
Kathleen
and
Kennedy maybe encouraged them, like to rather than say, "Give me a good story," this and that, and then she's telling, "Oh, tell your story about your personal life and stuff like that."
yeah. So, all right.
Maybe
So
she's the one that's doing that, but maybe that's why the writers are doing it.
no, it is. They are narcissists. They had like all right, DC. They had like young adult kind of comics, right? So this person decides to write a comic about Starfire from the Teen Titans. All right. So she's a character that a bunch of people know. She decides to do a story about her daughter. And surprise, surprise, her daughter looks just like the person who wrote the story.
Mm.
It's a self-insert. And you see this over and over and over again. They are raging friggin' narcissists who cannot tell a story unless it is from like their personal experience. It's like the difference between because I remember someone was talking about this. I think it was Nerd Radical or whatever. He was saying like how the writers used to be, the old writers, they went to like wars and they experienced life.
Hmm.
So they can come back and it's like, all right, I got my opinion on something, but I knew other people who had opinions on this and this person had opinion on that. So I can write a well-rounded story based off of all these different viewpoints. So I can write a character who may not share my viewpoint, but I can actually write them to be an actual person because I knew a person like that. These people surround themselves with people who think exactly like they do. They don't want anybody who don't think the way that they do because
So
it
basically, you're saying they just want yes men.
right. Well, yeah. Eventually, that's what you wind up with if you have a bunch of people who just tell you what you want to hear, tell you how, bro.
Well, Dave Filoni is the police now in charge, right?
Yeah, but he. I heard, and I agree with this point that somebody gave. He does whatever his bosses tell him.
Correct.
So if George Lucas is in, then he does a thing that's basically based off of like whatever George wants for the most part. Because I think George wanted him to kill
Company,
Ahsoka anyone.
company man.
Right? He's a company man.
Hmm.
So that's it's like maybe John Favreau really wasn't. So that's why you give
What?
Filoni more power to override the John Favreau, right? So it's like
You think what John Favreau did with the Mandalorian? You think that there'll be a begging him and stuff like that, right? And
that they don't care about it's you that you're thinking about making money.
no, I know, but I'm just saying
They're
the
not.
Mandalorian season 1, season 2 were good, but it's like
Mhm.
they'll be begging him, like, "Hey, you're the best. You know, you brought this new character, Grogu, and all this stuff." I know some people don't like Grogu, but
Mhm.
he made a new character.
All right, dude, they legit don't care. All right. So actually, you know what? Let's get into this other thing, and it'll emphasize what I'm talking about. All right. So this has been a thing that's been happening at Disney. All right. Let me close this up. So what is happening is a bunch of the older school like directors and all that are leaving. So and they're going over to Skydance. You know what Skydance is?
No.
Skydance was like I don't know how much control Tom Cruise has in it, but they do most of his movies and they're like their own studio thing. And actually, they're in talks to either acquire or merge with Paramount.
Mm.
All right. So when John Lasseter got fired or let go from Disney, he went over there, and a
The
bunch of
guy
the
from
people,
Pixar?
right, the guy from
Okay.
Pixar, he went over to Skydance Animation, and he took a bunch of people with him. He took all of them, like Brad Bird is over there. That's the guy who did The Incredibles. He's over there now, right? So this dude who did Big Hero 6 and like Raya and the Last Dragon, I will at some point I'll tell you what happened with Raya and the Last Dragon is crazy. It's because they had a story and it was through backdoor politics and all kind of stuff, change the story around, and that movie wind up flopping. because of it. It's like because the people who were there were too tied to John Lasseter, so they kind of eased them out the door. And this is like what they
Well,
do.
who has his back? Who's like
Hmm?
who has his back? Tom.
Who- No, it just like I said, I don't know how much Tom Cruise has to do with Skydance, but if you look at the beginning of like most of his movies, it'll say Skydance.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know if he just if that's his company or something. I don't know what the deal is. All right, but all right. So I think I told you this before how the Disney kind of worked. It's like it works a bit like a mentorship kind of thing. It's like so you go to school to learn how to do animation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to Disney, like you would learn from older people. So they would tell, all right, so this is how you make this character. Like you learn how to do this, but just like pretty much everything. It's like you go to school to be able to understand when someone who actually knows how to do the job tells you. That's usually how school works. Lawyers, doctors, all that stuff. It's the same shit. You learn the basics. You really shouldn't be trusted to do anything on your own when you fresh out of school. So you go to some place and someone who's older than you, who's been doing the job for a while, tells you actually how to do this.
Like
So it's just,
apprentice.
right. It's not well, yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
it's apprentice. You're
Right,
under somebody that's the skills and knowledge, and you're learning from them.
right. So the original 9 dudes who worked for Walt Disney, they the Snow White and all that shit. They figured out how to make a character appealing to a wide spectrum of people, and then they passed that knowledge off to younger animators, who became older animators, and then they passed the knowledge over to younger animators, and so on and so on and so on. Right, and that's usually how it worked. So it gets to the point where you get a crop of people in who don't want to listen to these guys because they're white,
Mm-hmm.
which is stupid. It's like you should get information from whoever is willing to give it to you.
Doesn't matter the race.
Right. So what they would do to get these guys, like they may not want to fire them, but they'll get you to quit. They give you a bunch of bullshit type stuff to do that you'll get super frustrated and then you'll eventually leave.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So essentially all of these dudes are like basically over at Skydance now. So like they want to do I think they want to do another Incredibles, but you're going to do an Incredibles without Brad Bird, which is the reason who wrote the story for the first Incredibles and the second Incredibles and directed both of them. So they want to do, like at some point they're going to do an Incredibles 3 without the guy who made the first two. So it's like, and it like they just lost another one. So when you sit back and you look at them, it's like, well, how come everything sucks? It's like, well, there's information about how to do stuff that this new crop of people don't want to listen to because of the color of the skin of the person who is telling them, which is freaking stupid. But this is where they're at. So I don't know. Maybe they learned their lesson because apparently Inside Out is not woke.
Mm-hmm.
So I doubt it because of the people who are in charge of stuff. So I don't know.
I mean, I think eventually Star would change, but it's just gonna take some time after this. Kathleen Kennedy leaves, and
Mhm.
they start noticing that there's much they could lose so much money.
Yeah.
Eventually it'll take its toll. It's just gonna take a while, but that's it.
Yeah, at some point, I guess. All right. So your favorite person the person who writes your favorite show, right? She's a little sad.
Oh,
she's she's sad that we don't like her stuff.
it's trying to be the victim, huh?
Oh yeah, the Acolyte showrunner Leslye Headland sad that her most important piece of art is being dismantled. Says it's reductive to describe the witches as lesbians.
She's the one that created the witch as a lesbian. What's she talking about?
Right. So it makes me feel sad that a bunch of people on the internet would somehow dismantle what I consider to be the most important piece of art that I've ever made. It's like, honestly, I feel sad that people would think that if something were gay, that it would be bad. People don't think that. People think that the shit that you wrote is bad.
Shit.
You are conflating those two and saying like you're doing a disservice to your fellow lesbians by saying that because people aren't saying that.
Mm-hmm.
They think well, you come out and you say that Star Wars like this is gay, the gayest show ever, and then you're shocked that people are assuming that these coven of witches, who there's no men in sight, are gay. So
I think she made a comment where they said that she said that the Dathomir witches were lesbian. I watched the Clone Wars. What the hell is she talking about? That's how
no,
she
dude,
had no clue of Star Wars, dude.
no, she basically implied that somehow R2D2 and C3PO are in some kind of weird gay relationship, even though they're both robots and they don't actually have genders.
She had no clue of Star Wars. It just every time she opens her mouth, she just
Mhm.
exposes herself.
Well, it just like I. So they said all this stuff, and then like, dude, this stuff is getting
You know why she's saying that,
destroyed.
right?
Yeah, because she's a,
She wants everybody
raving
to feel
narcissist.
sorry for her, this and that.
Yeah, she's a raving narcissist who is like, but this is typical, dude. It's like it's typical of all this. They say this stuff, they come out, they say all this crap, and then they're like shocked when there's pushback to the crap that they said because everybody is supposed to love them. It's like, but no, it's it's like
All she has to see is House of Dragon, right?
right,
Female characters, the main characters, they have uh, what African American as Valerians. They have
right,
gay stuff, and nobody's saying anything about House of Dragon.
right. They
And it's a good
they
show.
they conveniently overlook that. It's like when they all right when they talk about Star Wars and they said all the fans are racist, the fans are whatever. I'm like,
They're
no,
attacking
no,
their own fans.
right? They attack their own customers. I'm like, bro, people like Finn. They actually wanted you to make Finn a friggin' Jedi, but you didn't. You made him a janitor in space. The only black dude in the damn movie, you made him a janitor on a space station. It's like, what the fuck, dude? You keep doing shit. You keep doing shit, and then it's like you're shocked at the pushback, which I don't friggin' understand. Like, why are you shocked at the pushback? You're gonna get pushback because you are changing somebody's thing that they have been invested in since they were small children, and you're shocked that they're upset with you about the fact that you're doing that.
I was laughing that the guy, the YouTuber that had the show, I think DA was his
Mm.
name, the black
Yeah,
guy I told you,
yeah,
the DA, right? He calls
yeah.
himself DA.
Mm-hmm.
Was talking about Leslye. He was like, I don't care what's going on in your personal life, and you have mental problems, go get a therapist or whatever you have to do. Just write a
Yeah.
damn good story. I don't care, your problems here.
Well, it's like
But
all
it's
of this.
true,
No,
right?
it's all of
You
this
have
woke.
therapists, you have all these stuff that you could go to,
Yeah,
and don't be putting your personal life and stuff like that into a story. Just write a good damn story so people will pay for it. You make money. You
yeah.
enhance your writing and stuff like that.
It is all of this woke stuff. It is the same. Sorry, it is. They have the same argument that everyone
It's
who
just their
doesn't like
brainwash,
it.
huh?
Yeah, it's like everyone who doesn't like it because of input reason.
I
It's
never
like,
seen that. For all the years I live, I never seen people criticizing their own fans.
dude, this is
Someone like
some.
saying like
This is some last year. 10.
the
This is
Dodgers,
some.
just say like the Dodgers start criticizing their own fans or a sports team.
Yeah, it's
That's something weird. I never seen that.
because when they think fans, they do not actually put the fact that customers, fans,
Male friends.
right? Is customers and fans. They're the same thing. So when you want to put out a project, a product like toys, because the Accolade has actual toys
Yeah, I seen that.
that nobody's buying because you done pissed off the people who would actually buy it. Because the way children now you watch Star Wars as a child, you grew up loving Star Wars. You bring your kid to go see the prequels. He grows up loving Star Wars. What was supposed to happen is you put on an actual good product, then he takes his kids to see this is how this works. It's like the adult introduces the thing to the kid, and the
Yeah,
kid
I
falls
know.
in love with the
I
thing.
seen it. I seen it how sometimes people don't understand that.
Like I used to work at Budweiser, right? And what I was told is like, you front the stuff and you make it look nice or whatever. Basically, what someone told me is that for most people, not everybody, but for most people, they drink the beer that their dad or whoever their parent was who drank beer drinks, because that's the first one that they drink. Because you get a beer, you sneak it out of the refrigerator or whatever, right? That's usually your first beer. Typically speaking, most people drink that beer. So if their dad drunk whatever, Budweiser, Coors, whatever it is, more than likely that's the beer that the kid is going to drink when he becomes old enough to drink a beer. That, not saying that's everybody, but that happens a lot, to the point where like someone who worked at Budweiser was telling me this. It's like, yeah, we front all this stuff or whatever. It's like they're just going to drink the beer whatever their dad drunk. Because that's just kind of how it works. So that's how a lot of stuff works. Is you get introduced. It's like, we were talking about sports. It's like, I'm not really into baseball because my dad didn't watch baseball. My dad watched football and basketball. So I watch football and basketball. It's not everybody, but typically speaking, that's kind of how it works. It's like you get introduced to stuff as a kid.
Stuff like what you see.
Yeah. So you get introduced to stuff as a kid. All right. So we're getting towards the end of this particular thing. So I want to talk about this because I want to go show you something from Grums. All right. So, all right, let's get into. Next level. All right, so we typically I'm trying to hold off on gaming stuff for on Thursdays, but all right, so see this right here. All right, this is Jean Grey from Marvel's Wolverine, the new Wolverine game. She's hideous. I'll show you a picture. See if I can find this. I'll show you a picture of Jean Grey. All right. I don't know why this is a common thing in all of this stuff. Powers, images. All right, let me share this. Share this instead. All right, so let's make a bigger picture.
Well, Jean was pretty.
Right, so this is what she's supposed to look like. Give me a picture, please. No, that's not what. All right. All right, see if I can find one that's actual. Open image in new tab. Here we go. Oh, that's small too. But the gist of this is what she looks supposed to look like. She's supposed to be an attractive female. All right. This is what she looks like. And they're making a Wolverine game. And all right, so that's what she looks like. I don't understand why they're doing this. It's just like the weirdest shit. But they're doing that in basically friggin' everything, dude.
What's the purpose?
I don't know. It's like there's some speculation that they're doing a lot of this stuff. Look at it, bro. She looks like a friggin' dude. It's like it's like no, it's like the speculation is they're trying not to offend the transsexual community or something like that. So they're making everyone manly because they don't want to offend them, and they don't want to offend like feminists through sexy something or other. It's really dumb. So people aren't buying this stuff. Like one of the most popular games is Stellar Blade, which is full, and I showed you that before. This is full of like this hot Korean chick. So, so our favorite group, the Sweet Baby Inc., has a lot to do with this. So
Baby Ink again. Get in the ball.
Yeah, so it's like these people do not want to like. At some point, they're gonna have to make money, and what's happening is a lot of folks are getting laid off, and they're consolidating a lot of shit because they have to make money at some point. And I think there's another article. All right, so back share this tab. So All right,
Where did
so
they get this money, Sweet Baby Inc? Like, where did they, who's getting them the money?
dude, all right, remember I was telling you about so
BlackRock?
yeah, all this stuff.
Mm.
It's like they're pushing. It's really weird. It's
I
like
mean,
they're
yeah, I remember me and you were talking, but I don't want to get
yeah,
into that part.
yeah. So no, it's just it's like we're dealing with a bunch of Bond villains who are all idiots. That's what it feels like. You're doing something that's pissing you. You're trying to push something, but what happens is you push people out of the door and they're not listening to you. So it's like, why do you keep on doing this? So it's like a really weird thing that a lot of these companies are doing, and I truly don't understand it.
Maybe Sweet Baby Inc is offering like money, deals, stuff like that, and these companies are taking it because of the what they were
Yeah,
promising.
yeah, that's what basically what they were doing before is like they were basically having because you always need a little bit of extra money to finish a project or whatever, right? Yeah, so that's basically what was happening for the last 2 or 3 years. So we're getting the effects of all these companies who took the money. So all these games are going to come out over the next 2 or 3 years. So it started two or
Eventually,
three
they'll
years ago,
find out it's not worth it.
right? But it takes so long to make a game,
Hmm.
so that it's like it's the same thing with movies and television shows. It's like we with the failure of Furiosa, so we know that people are over the girl boss. Just people in general, like normies. Normal people don't want to watch the girl boss. They're uninterested in them. It doesn't matter how good the movie is. Like they had a bunch of people who normally talk about this woke stuff who were saying that movie was good. People didn't care. I don't want to see anything that even smells like girl boss. But
I mean, I didn't even go watch. I didn't thought it was that good.
right, so but what happens is like this stuff was greenlit 2 or 3 years ago. So all this stuff is filmed, all this stuff is paid
Oh,
for,
it's already
is already in the can, and they got to put this shit out.
yeah,
So
'cause they already put so much money into it, huh?
right. So what's gonna happen is the companies are gonna realize that now. So they're gonna do a course correct because that's basically what's happening like in Marvel. Marvel got rid of a bunch of their woke people. All these activists, they got rid of a lot of them, fired a whole bunch. So because they had an entire like the fifth what the hell they call that shit? Um the one with Shang-Chi and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
So all these things failed. So it's like, and they're having this huge trouble with the freaking Blade movie,
What
which
was
is
the
the
last three Marvel movies fell, huh? Big time.
three, dude. It'd be like 6, 7. No, and
Well, I
they
mean,
like
after the end game.
after pretty much everything except for Guardians of the Galaxy failed.
Hmm.
Now, how much did they fail? Like, apparently, Shang-Chi might have maybe broke even, and it's like the Doctor Strange made money, but not as much as they
Not what
probably
they
wanted.
expected.
Yeah, not what they wanted. And then the one that they didn't have that much to do with was Spider-Man, and that one made money. But everything that they
Yeah,
did
Spider-Man was
themselves,
pretty good.
right? So everything they did themselves failed,
No.
right? So right, so that they've come to that particular realization, and the TV shows are failing, and I was like, so Deadpool is gonna make money. Deadpool apparently is gonna be talking shit about the Marvel universe, which basically everybody is wants. You know? So I don't know. This stuff won't fix itself for at least another couple of years. So we're gonna have to put up with it's gonna be a bunch of stuff. Will anything survive? I don't know. So
Well, at least we have House of Dragon.
yeah, for about what 6 more episodes? And
And
then
after
what?
that, I don't know
Yeah,
until next year.
yeah, it's gonna be a barren wasteland. Hey, my dog
I'm
is
pretty sure
barking.
some other show will come up.
You would hope because we weren't expecting what's the name of that fucking show?
Or
Um
Andor. Andor's gonna come out too. Season
right,
2.
but what's with the one with the pirates?
Uh,
Luffy.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No. It was damn it, I cannot remember what the name of the damn but it's an anime. I'm having a brain fart right now. I cannot remember what the name of the damn anime. But that was an unexpected thing. Everybody thought that was gonna suck, but it didn't. It was actually really good. So it could be something like that. Something's gonna come out that's actually gonna be good, and people are gonna be shocked about it. So
I'll
that's
just
what we get
watch.
over.
There's nothing to watch with Beavis and Butthead. Paramount Plus.
Dude, look, this is what I wanted to do with Elton was pick an old movie that he hasn't seen and something I haven't seen in a while, and like watch it again and do like a review of it like now.
Beavis and Butthead. That's funny. Hey,
Well,
you remember the old NTV? Those they used to put those fake clay celebrities fight each other in boxing.
yeah.
I was watching that Paramount Plus. That shit,
Hmm.
it was still funny.
Bro, it's one of those things that they couldn't. It's like,
Oh, you can't put that now. And
dude, I showed you the like I was showing the guys at work. There's a
that
clip
was
from
almost like
SS.
Mortal Kombat, huh? It was
Yeah,
like finishing them all.
no. So there's a clip from Saturday Night Live with Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase. Right? It is an interview. I know I would love to play it, but I can't play it. But there's an interview where he's like, they said, "Well, you almost got the job." So Chevy Chase is telling Richard Pryor, "You almost got the job," and then we're just gonna do like a word association thing, right? So Chevy Chase starts saying the most racist shit to him, and like Richard Pryor is getting mad, and then he's like called him spirit chucker and all that kind of shit, right? So he, so he calls him something, and Richard Pryor calls him a hunky, and then he says nigger, and he said dead hunky, right? So you're looking at this shit, it's like this came on television. There is no way in the hell you could even show that on friggin' like. I would like to show it to you because it's funny, but it's like it's like this one of those things. I don't even think you can show this shit on.
I don't think so.
Right, but it was funny. It's like you know the jokes that we make with like Kyle and shit. All right, so Kyle was at like he was at work dressed up. He looking like Mr. Clean because he has all white on and shit. So we making all kind of jokes. And I'm like, bro, this is basically what. Can we go back to this where we're just cracking jokes on each other? It's like whatever your thing is, we're just making fun of you. You're making fun of me. There's no hurt feelings.
You can't do that. It's called bullying now.
I don't know, but this is where shit should go back to this, man. It's like, can we go back to this where I can make fun of you, you can make fun of me. I don't take it personal. You don't
Oh,
take it
remember the one
personal.
of the comedian? I forgot who the comedian that one of the guys went up there and punched him. I don't know if you seen it.
Yeah, that was he. That dude did something about that dude's kid, so
Mhm.
he crossed the line. That wasn't jokes. That was something he had said something about that guy's kid.
No, but
So
I'm talking about it's just comedians are not they can't do what they did before. Even Dave Chappelle, uh,
no,
people will come
no.
out.
No, if you go look into the actual story, what happened, that dude deserved to be punched in the face.
Oh,
But
okay.
no, this wasn't him like making fun of his son who's sitting. No, this is he was said something about his child, like child, not like the kid was in the audience with. No, it wasn't that. It was something he had did something to like previous to that thing, and then he came to the show and punched the dude in the face. Like, yeah, he deserved that shit.
I mean, but I seen some comedians, they'll be roasting some of the audience. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, that's different. That like that's he's telling jokes. Like, this wasn't that. So I want to get back to jokes. You can make black jokes. I can make Spanish jokes. I can. It's just a joke. I'm making a joke to you.
Hmm.
That's it.
But
It's
everybody's really sensitive now. You can't say that stuff.
yeah. You know what? I think we need to do and just basically just like fuck it. If you're bothered by it, that's a you problem. I don't give a shit no more. And I think we're gonna head in that general direction where enough of us who are not down with this stupid shit are gonna go. You know what? I'm good. I'm just gonna say, what I want to say. If you take it however you take it, that's what it is.
Hmm.
And you just like we need to go back to thickening some skin because everybody is thin skin. Just like the shit with the acolyte, bro. Yeah, they don't like your stuff. Okay,
I still can't believe I watched. I can't believe I watched the episode 4.
bro. No, it's just I may
Man,
watch.
that shit was
I'm
bad.
trying to decide whether or not I'm gonna watch it because I don't know.
Fuck that.
All right.
And everything I was looking at it like it was so dumb. Everything, even from the creature, whatever the hell thing was, a ground.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you're
So
Jedi's. Come on.
I got a comment from somebody on one of the videos,
Hmm.
and the guy basically was like, "Thank you for like," because it was I was reacting to something, and it was like, "Thank you for reacting to this," because I was like, because me being black, I'm going off of I don't like this because of the show. I'm not bothered by none of the stuff in the show because the is typical Hollywood shit. So I'm not surprised. So I'm not bothered by the cringe stuff because the show is just so absolutely terrible. Everybody could be white, everybody could be black. It wouldn't friggin' matter. It's just a badly written show.
Well, they're
That's
always want, even though it's a bad written show, they want to always want to say racism, that blah blah blah. But
right.
nobody cared about it. You know what I mean?
All right. So if I say that, if I go off on and say the same stuff that this white dude is saying, well, what are you gonna say? Like when I'm self hate, I hate myself or whatever. Like, nah, this shit sucks.
Do
That's
you
it.
wanna um do you wanna give an opinion about Amanda's what is her name? Amanda Stenberg, her video?
Dude, I don't. No, you know what this is. I may get in trouble for saying this, but if you look at the history of like black folks, right?
Yeah.
The ones who are the most pro black people are always mixed. They're
Mhm.
always like they either have black and have something else. They got these weird freaking identity issues.
Like
So
they
they
think they're activists for they live in.
no, it's they're overcompensating. It's like this weird thing where I expect like say you get the black and the white, right?
Mhm.
So what happens is because we have convinced people that if they're half one and half the other, they're always black. They're never white. They act like being black is like some freaking stain. It's like, no, you're just as white as you're black. You just some of them look more black, some of them look more white, but you're still half and half. So they don't feel like they're being accepted by the white side because we as a society told them that
Mhm.
that you're not white. But then they also get shit from the black side because they're mixed.
Mhm.
So that's why they get these weird identity issues. And if you look at a lot of them,
That was a weird video, huh? It's like
yeah, but
rich. You've
right,
been
but
always
is
been
it
rich.
is right, but it's like it's this whole thing is she sees herself as it doesn't matter how much money she has, it doesn't matter how, like her parents are wealthy, none of that shit matters
She
in
thinks
her brain. It's because she
uh
has
like a what do you call it? Like one of those rebels. Like
right, but that's basically what I mean. Is like they're trying to overcompensate for the fact that they have some deep seated issues. So they're saying this stuff, and you like look at them as like there was like they got a rapper named J. Cole, right? So he got into this issue with this this other rapper named Wale, right? So he was saying something in his song. He was saying nigga and all this other stuff, right? So Wale was like, I don't really know how I feel about you saying that because like I'm dark skinned black and you're half and half, and I'm like, ugh. Like I, he felt the way about it, right? So that's kind of what happens. It's like the same thing with the Kendrick Lamar thing and Drake. It's like Drake getting a lot of shit because he's mixed.
mhm.
And it's like you saying a lot of stuff, and all these other dudes is kind of like, so that happens a lot. So these people tend to have these weird issues because they get shit from both directions because they're both things and neither thing, and like a lot of people won't let them be either thing. So that's where that stems from. So her doing that is like, I'm not surprised because these people are surrounded by people who tell them, "Oh yeah, that's awesome." So nobody like people should have told them. It's like, bro, you don't want to be doing this because you're just gonna get clowned. You're gonna become a meme, which essentially is what happened.
And then also too, she's not from the streets or anything. She was already rich. Growing up and stuff like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's trying to act like the leader or something.
Dude, it is it is what it is. But all right, we've been at this a little bit, like an hour. So thank you, folks, for checking us out. Please the next time go around could you guys start giving us some comments on whether or not you agree or disagree with the hell we're talking about. If you think we're stupid, let us know. So on the behalf of myself and Ricky, thank you for joining us on this little particular journey. So we're gonna keep at this. So it's next week, same around same time, 9 o'clock. We're gonna check out the episode 3 of Dragon, the House of Dragon. With the, I was about to think of Dragon Age. I hate being old, but so
Dragon.
the House of Dragon. So, all right, Ricky, what did you about to get into anything, or you just going to chill?
Rewatch House of the Dragon again.
Ah, you liked it that much? Cool. All right, then. So, all y'all out there, please like, share, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Leave a comment. Help us out with the algorithm. Like I said, on the behalf of both of us, thank you, and we are out.